My name is Jan Willis, and I've been asked to say a few words about Tārā today, and I'm happy to do that. Tārā is a female Buddha, and that's rare. Of the myriads of Buddhas that the Mahayana recognizes as to exist whenever someone attains enlightenment, it was Tārā alone who apparently made the vow to emanate in female form until all of samsara was emptied. So Tārā is one who answers anyone's pleas, and she does so, it is said, immediately. She's known as Tārā the Savioress, as Tārā the Protectress, as the goddess Tārā, as she who liberates. Tārā is like Chenrezig in the Tibetan pantheon of deities. Now you know Chenrezig, Avalokiteshvara, is the Buddha of compassion. Well, these two deities have a very close relationship, and they are the most popular deities in all of the Buddhist canon. Tārā, it's said, was born from the tears that Avalokiteshvara cried when he saw the sufferings of beings. So her essence is compassion itself. Another of the stories that's told about the origin of the Tibetan people relates Tārā and Avalokiteshvara very closely. It's said in olden times that when the Buddha Avalokiteshvara emanated in Tibet, he did so as a monkey king. And he ran across an ogress, in female form, of course, an ogress, who was an emanation of Tārā. And she fell madly in love with him. But Avalokiteshvara, even as the monkey king, had taken vows. And so he turned her pleas, he turned them down over and over again, until she finally said, if you don't marry me, I'll commit suicide. So out of his compassion, the two mated, it is said in Tibetan lore. And she gave birth to 6 children. Tibetans say these were the original Tibetans. I wonder if you can guess their names. Their names were Om Mani Padme Hum. In other words, the 6-syllable mantra of Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion. These were the first Tibetans. So Tārā and Avalokiteshvara are always together, and these are the 2 most popular deities in all of the Tibetan pantheon. Now, we're going to concentrate on Tārā. So I've told you something about Tāra's stories and how closely she's bound to Avalokiteshvara. Now, let me tell you about the particular text 84,000 project of translators are doing. They've just released a new translation of a text that's a sutra on Tārā. And that sutra is titled The Sutra of the Noble Lady Tārā, who protects from the 8 great dangers. What are the 8? They're said to be outer dangers and inner dangers. So the 8 outer dangers are lions, elephants, fires, serpents, robbers, floods, infectious diseases, and demons. Now, as in all of Tibetan Tantra, their correspondences always imply. So for these outer dangers, there are also inner dangers, and the outer dangers correspond to inner dangers. Remember, Tārā is the goddess who protects from these. The inner dangers are pride, anger, envy, avarice, wrong views, attachments, doubt, and delusion. When we call upon Tārā, it is said that she instantly saves us from the 8 great dangers. And she saves us immediately. instantaneously. And she does it because she not only has compassion, which Avalokiteshvara has, but she has power. She has the capability to release us from suffering. Now, that's a little complicated. It's said that she gets that because she comes from the mandala of the primordial Buddha, Amoghasiddhi, who is all about activity. At any rate, she combines compassion and capability. So when you call upon Tara, it is thought that she immediately responds to your request and that she has the ability to do it and that she grants you the ability to do it. So she's very, very popular amongst the Tibetan pantheon. All the great Buddhist sages that we might know of, Atisha, who brought Buddhism to Tibet, Taranatha, who wrote the great histories, Nagarjuna, all these sages are said to have depended upon Tara. So that when Atisha was bringing Buddhism into Tibet during the second dispensation, in the middle of the 11th century, he would often stop the caravan and ask for implements and start doing Tara pujas. Why? Because he said there were obstacles and he had to worship Tara, he had to call upon Tara to help. Especially in these times when the world is faced with a pandemic like the coronavirus, which has completely taken over the world. And times like these, when in the U.S. we have a second pandemic, at least affecting some of us, when there are heightened racial tensions and the results of centuries of systemic racism are taking over in this country and manifesting. And there are economic crises all over the world. In these troubled times, it is good that we know of a method that might be able to release or help us with this kind of suffering. So especially in times like these, when we know of others for whom it has been beneficial, we would do well to do likewise, like they did, and call upon Tara for help. And so, I hope these comments have been helpful and will prove helpful to you. And I wish the 84,000 project all success. Thank you.